Ravens will match up with the Cincinnati. Is underway on EA Sports. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. It's a first down and more for Dobbins. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. So now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. Not much there, only a yard. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3's in. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 38 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Burrow on play action. That one taken in by T. Higgins. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep.
On second down, here's Mixon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Quite the opening drive mark.
Practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper in at second and 1.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get, so he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of it.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play that time through the air. 41 yards. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Gets past one man and inside the 20 before he's brought down.
47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
Second and 8 coming up.
It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On 3rd down, Wilson rolling to his right. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say,
and the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. There'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon, and he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He's already found the end zone once in this half, and they do a nice job there pushing him backwards and denied his bid for a second score.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon, and that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized. Third and goal. Burrow. And he's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the wall. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. And that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch a game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. They'll try and run with Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 14-10.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 2nd and inches, Wilson finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now Wilson on first down. Being chased out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Wilson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Second and 14. Here's Wilson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2nd and 10. They go play action with Burrow. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Now it's Mixon running right. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Burrow looking to pass. And the catch made by Walters. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 21.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And they go play action now. Burrow.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Play action. It's Burrow.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
87 yards for him on the bring down all night. They'll run. It's Dobbins.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and
all that hitting and hollering. It was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he takes this for 3 to the 29.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Buying time to his left.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Throwing is Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10.
On their side of midfield at the 47.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
And the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been...
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Flushed out right. And in for the Ravens touchdown. John Ross, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Phillips now from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Dobbins. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
117 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now Dobbins.
Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, a decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. It was the same case on that play. And he's going to be stopped short of the 1st down as he'll get to him at about the 33. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run with Mixon, and he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36.
Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Burrow. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Burrow. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To throw, Burrow. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Burrow. And the catch made by Walters. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Here's Burrow. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Burrow. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds. McPherson now for the extra point. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And McPherson on for the extra point. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. One last shot for Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that